Hey there, we are back with some more Wandering Village. So if you are not familiar with this game, it's a city builder, a town builder of some sort, a management simulator as well. But the gist is, as you can see in the title, we are on a freaking dinosaur. So I played this last time in my channel. I don't know, it's been a really long time. And there has been an update, a water update, as you can see in the background. There's been a new water environment now, and hopefully I can showcase to you in this round, but let's just play through it because I really wanted to play this as well. Also played this a long time already, just before recording this video. So at least I can try to explain things as we go along, and maybe I could show you a save file where I could showcase to you the water environment. So sit back, relax. Hopefully you would enjoy this video, and grab your cup of coffee, grab your snacks, cup of tea. I really don't know what you are into, but for now, let's have a new game. Let's just go for a depth challenge here, so at least you can see the challenges in this game, not only the easy parts. The hostility level is kind of like Ascension in Stage Aspire, where you can add more difficulty to run. But for now, let's just have a basic vanilla run. And let's just, you know what? Let's just call this cheese and no other things. So hopefully,
From our homes by the toxic spores, we kept wandering, looking for
I'm just gonna shut up.
but not in our wildest dreams did we imagine what we would find.
There's our boy, the Onbu. So if you like this game, I'm gonna put the links in the description below so you can buy this game for yourself or just follow the game because it is still in early access. And you can see the roadmap as well. They're pretty transparent, so which is nice. So this is our townspeople. We have 16 units here. And this is our Onbu. He is sleeping. And if I zoom out even more, here's our map. Here's our Onbu. He will travel throughout the land here. There's a short cold snap, and there are environmental effects that can affect from a short cold snap, as you can see here, which reduces the temperature, or maybe a heat wave. But nevertheless, that is basically the gimmick of this town builder, because we are on this. This is our entire map here, and these are units over here. I kind of like the merging of 2D and 3D graphics here, which is really cool because this is obviously a 3D graphic, and look, all these units are in 2D. So quick run through of the interface. Upper left here, we have our resources. Upper right, we have all of our statuses. So we have obviously a research bar. So we have no research. We will go to that later. Scavengers, our units can scavenge outside the Onbu. Like they could just jump from these points here if they really want to, and they would come back. This is our amount of food that we have. This is our population. So as you can see, you have 16 right now, and 3 of them are idle. This is our time. You could slow it down. We could fast forward it. These are our temperatures, humidity, and toxicity. And this is our stats for the Onbu. This is the health. This is the poison. This is the hunger. And this is the sleepiness. So why is there poison? Basically, the gist is the world is filled with toxic fumes and everything. And this is where we live, because this is the easiest way to to get away from the toxic fumes is just go higher. Anyway, so right now our Onbu is sleeping, so we have a time to actually build our stuff. So below here are all of our commands. This is our build menu. This is the basic one. We can build our buildings over here. And then below the build menu, there is different types. So we have, for the village, we have our houses and our roads. We have our storage facilities. We have our food production. We have our resource production. We don't have anything yet. We have our refinement. We have our food for our Onbu and interaction with the Onbu. Things to help with poison. Things to help with exploration and decoration. So they added decoration here as well. You could check out their development videos if you really want to, follow them. So aside from the building menu, we have the harvest tool here. We could choose whether to harvest everything, like so, like everything, or we could choose to maybe just, harvest rocks here. So harvest the rocks, and then let's harvest some trees while we're at it. And let's only choose to have fully grown, so we would not chop down the juvenile trees. So that is usually our our first priority, and you can also increase the priority of things if you want to. We could disable buildings. We could disable buildings if we want to, or enable. We also have repair tool, demolish, research tree. We can have our different research trees here, from village farming resources to Onbu. And lastly, our worker management. So if we have, since our units can be assigned to jobs, we could manage them over here, which I really like because we have an overview of everything. Okay, so for now, what I want to do is place some worker posts right in the middle, because that would allow our units to have a specific job, and would allow them to have an increase in movement speed when they're assigned. So let's just work our paths over here, because one of the things that would actually limit our how do you call this, our production, is the movement speed of workers. Let's have a material storage over here, and some tents for our unit. So these tents would house 2 villagers, so we would need 8 total. I would rather have a space in between them so I could place some decorations. And so for the worker post, as you can see, they would have an increased movement speed if they are assigned. You could add workers or just reduce workers. And we could assign it from general workers to builders to carriers to harvesters. So usually for me in the early game, I'd rather just place some worker post for each job, so that I could assign them if they I could assign them to um specific jobs if need be. Okay, let's us harvest the trees surrounding our main area over here. What I like about this game, you would see how many are unemployed, how many employed, how many are idle, so you could just see like the general overview of everything. And now let's slowly set up our production here. We could have a berry gatherer. So let's try to see if there are really efficient spots for a berry gathering spot here. We have a 40% over there. We have a 45% here. So this is a good spot. We could place a berry gatherer here. And then let's place a dirt road. And let's not forget to place our research building maybe around here, just close to everything. So what I like about this is, look at this. Like if you zoom in, you could actually see the very cute animations of these 2D figures, which I really like. And look at this sprites for I look at the artwork for these villages. I really like the art style over here. Like, it's so good. Anyway, so we have our storage facilities here. So basically this just can store 30 of each resource of every resource. But we can focus maybe on water tanks if we really need to. So usually for me, I would have a spot here for gathering some water. So I could go over this area like so. So you might be wondering, what are these? So this is an Onbu spike. It's kind of like one of the spikes over here for the Onbu. You could harvest them, but they would hurt the Onbu, and the Onbu would lose trust and would not follow your instructions. And yes, you can communicate with the Onbu if you really want to. So my plan right now is to first of all assign a lot of general workers here to have some speed boost. And then what I usually do here, I usually place a farm over in this area, like have a really good place for a farm. And then just near the farm, I'm gonna place some air wells, like maybe, where is it, air wells over here. like 1 and 2, and then have some water tanks. I completely botched the number of spaces for the water tanks, but oh, never mind. I'm just gonna place the water tanks. You know what? Let's just remove. First of all, let's harvest you. Let's just remove all of the paths here and just place the water tanks. I don't mind. Water tanks, and have a pantry just over here because I plan to have my cooking facilities in this area, and might as well harvest all of the berries here because I'm gonna utilize this area anyway for farming. And oh, we completed the research. Now we can research. So before anything, I would like to show you. Look at this. Every job has their own unique sprite animation. So as you can see here, this is a researcher. And now for our research, we could probably do, let's open a research tree. What I like about this is they would also give suggestions, as you can see earlier, on what to do first. Usually, I'd rather have a kitchen so we could cook our food and make them better. And let's just speed up here. And hopefully, and then for you, let's make you builders. Let's have at least one builder on our team. Let's try to harvest everything in nearby. Let's try to harvest the trees nearby as well. Try to not harvest everything because the travel time in between areas is pretty bad. Let's have carriers, and let's have you guys be harvesters. So we have 2 idle units now. I don't know which one are you. Probably the builders, or maybe the carriers. Let's just remove one. So as you can see, these 2 will be dedicated harvesters. These would be dedicated builders. So at least there would be one. And okay, how many unemployed people do we have? We have 3 unemployed. So we can have people employed here. So the farm, how does the farm work? First, you get to choose if they want to plant or harvest, or they just plant or harvest. Then you choose what to plant here. You can see what temperature it is most optimal. So it is optimal right now with normal temperatures. And just place areas that you want to have a farm. Let's have this first, and let's gauge how many our units can go. As you can see, these guys are the farmers. They have their pretty cool hats. And we have our berry gatherers over here. Okay, let's only have one dude on berry gathering for now. And because we only have a limited amount of units. And our Onbu is waking up. So as you can see, this guy would slowly walk through this path, and we are intersecting a group of nomads. So we would have people here. So as you can see, this dude slowly walking. And I forgot, on the lower left hand corner over here, there is like a log on what is happening. And look at this big dude, so slow. You could feel the scale on normal speed. If you fast it up, he doesn't feel as massive because he's moving so fast, but because he's moving so slow in normal speed, you would feel the scale. And look at you, you're just above him. And what I like about this, if you go in this first person mode, you get to see how big this guy is. Like, look at that. It's so huge. You can also see the background as the guy is moving. Anyway, while that is happening, good thing we don't have any idle dudes over here. And we have 2 unemployed. So that's pretty good for now. Okay, let's just harvest our stuff here. Harvest the trees. And let's try to harvest the rocks as well. So there are a lot of berry bushes over here. So yeah, as you can see, these guys are farming now. And these air wells basically gather water from the surrounding. Also, ooh, we have awaiting your decision. You encounter a small group of nomads. Will you let them join? Sure. 3 healthy people join our village, which means I need more houses. Like so, let's place a path over here. So now we would have more people to do our jobs. So usually, if I have a lot of unemployed people, I'd have a lot of air wells because the early game, you get a very humid area, which is really good for air wells, which would make us gather a lot of stuff. Anyway, for now, how many unemployed do we have? We have 3. That's fine. Okay, so we have completed the kitchen research. Now we can have a scavenger hunt. So we would have enough time to actually enough resources to actually go. So now for the kitchen we will need wood plank and stone slabs. You might be wondering, how the heck do you get that? Also, a short temperature drop might affect the growth of your plants. So the cold snap would allow our beets here to actually not grow as fast because it's on the yellow zone. In the red zone, it would not grow at all. But because we went through a cold snap over here, and there might also be a rain cloud that raises humidity over here, we are going to experience a bit of coldness for a bit. Okay, so let's have a refinement here, but we need to gather resources first. So I think this is the time for some harvesting trees. Just harvest all the surrounding trees, as well as the rocks over here. I know it will take some time, but it would be worth it. Let's also try to create some paths over here for our units because, you know, speeding up the process. And let's create, ooh, we also have rain. Let's also create so let's also create another material storage over here. And let's hopefully have enough resources to build a carpenter and a stone cutter. So usually in the early game, what you are going to do is mostly gather as much resources as you can as quickly as possible. So your storage would be up. And hopefully get enough resources to have refinement and all these things. And let's just try to harvest everything here. So you might be wondering, what's the difference between a berry gatherer and just completely harvesting the berry bush? Well, if you completely harvest the berry bush, you would be able to get the 4 berries immediately. However, if you have the berry gatherer, he would gather berries without destroying these guys. But it would take a longer time. So now it's raining because there's another rain cloud over here. And usually if you... Okay, let's slow it down. Usually, if you go through this map over here, you would get these crossroads, which would direct where the Onbu would go, where will the Onbu go up or go down. So usually, if you have the horn to talk to the Onbu, you would be able to direct where he will go, and it just depends on how much the Onbu would trust you, whether the Onbu would follow you or not. But for now, we don't have any what do you call this? We don't have any communication yet, so we don't have that feature just yet. Okay, so now we probably can get a stone cutter over here. And then a carpenter just beside. So these guys would refine our resources to something better. Okay, now we get the excuse me, now we can get the horn blower. Scavenger hut is really good as well, but we don't have resources, so let's just be really careful with our resources because our what do you call this, our dudes are, we only have limited amount of villagers for our jobs, so we must be careful about that. Anyway, we could also place a herbalist to allow us to generate some medicine in case our units would become sick. Okay, so this icon here means we don't have any workers, so let's just remove one worker here to work on the carpenter hut. And hopefully it should be enough uh to place some of our to refine some of our resources here. And look at these guys. The excuse me. This guy's a freaking carpenter. It's so cool. How about you? Let's focus on this villager. Oh, he is working. So that is basically the gist of the city builder. If you are if you are into these types of games, I would really recommend you to play this. It's kind of like it's a really unique twist on the genre, and it is still in development, so there are a lot of new features coming up. But it's just really cool. Surviving on top of a giant dinosaur-like thing. Focus. So now we have refined 4 stone slabs now. We also need 1 worker for this. And herbs similar to the farm. Let's just place some farm plots over here. Let's not forget that. And now, and look at these guys. These guys are. Oh yeah, I forgot. We could also do a kitchen to refine our food into better food. So you have 1 idle dude. I'm not really sure what is the idle dude. Oh, it's the carriers. We don't have anything to carry. Let's harvest some more trees. Let's just harvest the trees over here and over here, because we really need more of those resources. And choose your next research, cactus or village doctor. I think I'd rather go with the village doctor. So yeah, that is basically it. If you want to discover this game for yourself, be sure to play, because in order to make this game, in order to try to entice you to play this game, I'm going to show you one of my saves, which is in the later part of the game, and also showcase to you the water environment, because we are in a land environment right now. We are in the mountains. And as you can see, there's an Onbu feeding spot. So my okay, the Onbu is yawning. So the Onbu might sleep right now. And when he reaches this one, he would probably eat as well. So once he reaches this spot over here, I would and show you the eating animation, I would load one of my saves to showcase to you what the late game looks like. And so before anything else, and before I load that game, I would literally tell you that I would load the game. So if you don't want any spoilers to the game and to the late game, you can just stop watching there, and I really don't mind. But for now, let's just try to enjoy our Onbu. So right now, as you can see, he is getting pretty sleepy. So he will try to sleep right now. Look at this beautiful giant over here. And he's just resting, and he will sleep. Look at that big yawn. Oh, that would be deafening if you were to sleep, if you were to live in that general area over there. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Ah, that's so cool, man. Now, oh, we also got the horn blower. We could how do I say this? We could actually communicate with him now. Okay, so I'm just gonna fast forward this. So I would get to showcase this one, and while that's happening, Let's try to harvest some even more resources here, like so, and then have enough money to have some kitchens in this area. Let's create some dirt roads, like so, and then some even more water tanks while we are doing it. So yeah, this is my recommendation, have at least jobs for everyone, so at least, like, if there is at least one builder, you would know if there are enough materials, they would build that area, carriers to move things back and forth to one area to another, harvesters to harvest resources, and if you don't have anything else, just go with general workers. They can do anything, so which is pretty good. So hopefully we could get enough resources for that. So we have, yeah, we have enough resources for this, which is really good. And now I would get... Hold on, why are you not researching? Oh, we can get landscaping now. Okay, now we have a kitchen, so you get to choose what type of food that we want. So for the berries, it turns 3 berries into 5 food, so it would be more efficient to actually refine your stuff. So right now we have a lot of beets, so we might want to have beet soup. Let's remove one dude from our worker post to become the chef. So you can see here, this guy is cooking inside this beautiful kitchen over here. I really like the style of this game. I cannot emphasize that enough. They nailed the art style over here. Anyway, let's just harvest. Might harvest some of these berries as well, because they are encroaching in our territory. And then, yeah, harvest some of these mushrooms, because you can feed the mushrooms to our Onbu later on. So why are you not doing anything? What are you? Oh, you're a freaking builder. You know what, while you're here, might as well... Oh, we have a village doctor. Might as well build some dirt roads. Like so. Like, just dirt roads everywhere to just speed things up. This guy is still cooking. Hopefully, I get to showcase to you what the chef looks like. There he is! Look at this. He has the apron and everything, which is really cool. Okay, we have enough resources now. So I think I could just disable some of these buildings in order for everybody to just become a general worker. Just a jack of all trades. We could probably place another berry gatherer here somewhere. Probably this. Oh, this is a really good area though. 49%. Yeah, this is a really good area. Let's just place you here. And how's our Onbu doing? Look at this dude. He might wake up soon. Okay, our beet soup is doing well. How many? We have 1 unemployed. So they could probably be employed over here. And then if we could afford another kitchen, we might as well. Is our Onbu gonna wake up soon? The Onbu has woken up. Look at this dude. You know what I really like about this? Our dudes are not falling off by this amount of movement. But I really don't care. Look at that. And now we are walking yet again. In reality, if that guy were to move like that, everybody would be destroyed above here. But maybe the architecture and engineering of these guys are so superb that movement doesn't really matter. Anyway, we are close to the Onbu feeding spot. And then maybe we could afford to place another kitchen to able to cook our berries. Let's remove one dude over here. Sure, might as well have Onbu kitchen. Look at this. Look at the fresh food from Onbu. He is going to eat, reduce his hunger. Look at that. The big boy. So cool. Look at that. So anyway, by now I would load a save file over here of a late game. So if you don't want to get spoiled on what the late game stuff looks like, you stop watching right now and check out the game for yourself. But if you want to check it out, just continue watching and I will load the save file over here. I know, the save file over here, day 71. So hopefully you would not be overwhelmed, but yeah, most probably you will because the amount of jump between day 7 and day 71 is pretty high, not too high. So yeah, we are here. All of these areas over here are toxic things. And look at this. If I were to zoom in, we are in the water environment, everybody. And look at the village over here. A lot of things are happening. Our dude is swimming. So yeah, this is not as organized as I would like because I tried to rush everything in order to go to this water area, but nevertheless, at least we reach here. So yeah, in the late game, you would have buildings like these, Onbu doctors, and we also get to feed our Onbu. And how do we feed the Onbu, you say? With this freaking trebuchet. So as you can see, if we click feed Onbu, this dude would prepare. Where's this dude? This dude would get the Onbu food after he eats. Like so, he is traveling to the area above the mushroom farms, above the Onbu kitchen, and would now throw a freaking trebuchet to the Onbu. Look at that. And the Onbu would catch and nom nom nom. Reduce the hunger. And look at that. There are also manta rays and that would reduce the hunger on the Onbu. And then let's say our Onbu, look at this. Our Onbu is slightly poisoned due to the poison area. We can also reduce the poison levels by just gathering what do you call this? By just preparing some hot air balloons. Where's our other dude? Hot air balloons to go to the Onbu's mouth and just administer the antidote. So as you can see here, they're just gonna fly over here. And yeah, we're also going to go through a freaking poison forest now. What else? Also, look at this. We have fisheries. We get to fish some obviously fish or maybe seaweed if you want to. We also have seawater collector to collect the seawater. And then I also have dung collector to collect the poop, which you can turn into fertilizer if you want. We also have our decontaminator. So these guys carry flamethrowers. Like these guys, as you can see, carry flamethrowers. Try to remove any poison. We also have our doctors over here, which heal our poisoned units. What else do I have? There are a lot of things that late game. We also have the Onbu kitchen, which turns these mushrooms to edible Onbu food. We have our Onbu pharmacy, which turns these healing mushrooms to Onbu medicine. And as you can see here, this is like the poison that you might go through when you're traveling around, which poisons the Onbu as well as your units. So it's kind of bad that we are We are in here and the Onbu is trying really tired to sleep, but we have no choice. What else? We also have compost heaps here to turn the poop into more usable poop. Tree nurseries to collect saplings, more farms, more air wells. We also have sawmills to collect the big stumps of trees, like these ones. And then we also have decorations over here to add some variety to our, as well as happiness to our villagers. We also have this Onbu horn. What else? Scavenger hut. So how do you scavenge? Just click a place over here and just click scavenge, and everybody would, the expedition party from this would just travel there and hopefully get some resources. So that is basically it. So if you want me to have a playthrough of this game, be sure to leave that comment, or maybe just quick updates here and there, or just maybe some questions. I'll try to reply them as best as I can. So just keep down a comment. But yeah, this is it for Wandering Village. Hope you enjoyed this video. Click that like button if you did, subscribe and more, and be sure to check out the game as well, because it's really fun, and be sure to support the developers. But I will end that video right there. Hope you enjoyed this video. Click that like button if you did, subscribe and more. Upload new videos every day, and be sure to check out my other videos and leave the comment. Helps the algorithm. Yes, you are going to sleep. And I'm gonna end that video right here. Bye bye. See ya.